So today we started putting up the roof trusses. We got about 5 up in about 5 hours. The first 2 took us a lot longer than the next 3 because we had to make sure that they were plumb to start. That way everything else would be plumb.
I am having to push as I go up to make it
plumb. So if you notice on this side, we've got 2x4s running from truss to truss. That is to keep them stable and to keep them the correct distance apart. Up on top of the shipping containers, we have 2x4s spaced in between the trusses to keep the bottom spaced correctly. And then on the last truss, you can see here that we have attached a tie down to make sure that it stays straight up and down in the air plumb. Because on the center here, we had nothing to really attach to the shipping container. However, on the outside, we were able to screw 2x4s to the outer anchor, 2x6s to keep the corners in line and plumb. So this is on one side. And then looking at it from this side, you can see where we attached the 2x4 to the 2x6 anchor plate to attach that first truss to. And then we've got hurricane clips here on the end of the truss, attaching it to the 2x6 anchor plate that runs all the way down the side of the shipping container. And then you can see that bolt there. Bolts go through the 2x6, through the corner steel, and actually into the shipping container. There you can see the other end of the bolt. I wasn't able to get video of this process because I was one of the 3 people doing it, but my husband, myself, and my 14-year-old son were the ones that hoisted these up on top of the shipping containers over here. So we started with them over here in the pile. 2 or 3 of us would grab one of them, drag it over or carry it over here, place it on the ground in front of the shipping containers, and then one person would get up on that shipping container, another person would get up on that shipping container, and then I was standing on the ground. And then we took tie-down straps and tied it to each corner of the truss. The person on this shipping container would pull their corner up while I was standing on the ground helping to boost. And then once one corner got up on top of this shipping container, then my son would pull his corner up as I was boosting, and then they would kind of teeter and pull back and forth between the shipping containers until it was up on top. And then we would drag it down to the other end, use our measured spacers to get them in place. And then we screwed it to the guide 2x4 right there and attached the hurricane clips, and then checked to be sure that they were still plumb as we moved down and attached more and more and more. But it's finally starting to look like a house, starting to take shape instead of just 2 steel blocks, 2 steel bricks sitting on some concrete blocks. This is our guide 2x4s going across, holding the trusses in place to help get it some extra stability until we're able to get all of the OSB. At the suggestion of a friend, we've started attaching rippers, which are these 2x4 boards that are just randomly placed throughout the trusses to help create stability, because there's nothing here in the center that the trusses are attached to. So in the event of a tornado or really bad windstorm, there's a possibility that our trusses could shake and be dislodged. So we are, like I said, attaching these rippers just all throughout in random placement to create stability and structure throughout.